Welcome to Season 2 of Relatable Catholic. We're back with new conversations, familiar faces, and the same heart for making the Catholic faith approachable, honest, and lived out in everyday life. Whether you've been here since day one or you're just finding us, we're so glad you're here. Welcome back. Hello, and welcome to Relatable Catholic. It is me, Katie, and I'm joined today with Father Andy.
Hello, everyone.
And a new special guest, Mr. Brandon Schetgen.
Hello.
We learned how to say your name at the beginning of the school year. He told us how to say it. So this is Brandon. Brandon works at Marquette, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself.
Great. Happy to be on. Brandon Schetgen, theology teacher at Marquette. All the high school theology this year, and then a little bit of middle school theology. From Dubuque, born and raised in Dubuque, still live in Dubuque. Live there with my wife and our 4 children. This is my first teaching experience, so it's all brand new for me. But
a lot of fun.
So far, so good.
Well, you're still there, so that's good.
Yes, I made it this far.
You're still upright.
But I think I actually met you, and you were doing some teaching when I talked to you, because when I first met you, you were teaching religious ed at Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And I was assigned, so when I went to seminary, I was assigned to Holy Spirit to teach 7th grade religion, and you were in there teaching as well. So
yes.
I think that's probably where I first met you, which is back in 2012.
Way back.
Yeah.
Yep. I taught religious ed, OCIA, RCIA, other kind of faith formation, but this is my first time getting kind of the professional side of it. So
in my simple head, I'm like, oh, Brandon's taught all this stuff. He's going to be a great teacher, cause I knew your faith, you're a former seminarian. And so we have a lot of mutual friends and we've talked a lot about the faith and so I knew you were very faithful, and I knew that you had been teaching all these other things. So like I said, simplicity, I was like, oh, Brandon's going to be a great teacher because, you've had the experience that way. So how does that actually compare? Teaching, like you said, religious ed, OCA, all these other things, now teaching in a classroom day in, day out with these students. Can you maybe give us an idea of how that compares?
Sure. I came into it with a great love for the content, right? That theology and philosophy to a certain extent, but theology from my college experience, learning the faith, learning the reason, the logos, the kind of the reason behind what we do, why we say what we say. So I had a great passion for that, and I think enough sort of book knowledge to be able to share some, with people. But the different experience, right, is doing it all day long, right? Some of the administrative things, so grading, for example, nobody has to grade anything in RCIA or religious ed.
That's a good point.
Grading, and then just, I love kids, I love working with young people, but just getting used to that, right? And I'm just really getting to know them. So I've really enjoyed going to basketball games, for example, kind of meeting the kids where they're at in their activities, to try and kind of just form that personal relationship, which is never an opportunity that I've had before or a challenge before either. That, you see a religious ed student for an hour and a half on Wednesdays versus this sort of daily lived experience of this kind of intentional community that a school is. And that's been new for me. Yeah.
There is a special place in heaven for people who teach middle schoolers.
That's
for real. Don't cross me with a middle schooler because I'm not a fan.
Well, I love all my students. I love the high school. I love the middle school. Middle school has been the more challenging.
It's a hard age
for me. Yeah.
Ooh, God bless you. Yeah, I'm scared of high schoolers too. So I always say too with like the kids, like second graders, they're a lot easier to manage some days. But like if I can get them on my side right away at the beginning of the school year, then it does help a little bit in the end. Like, you're my friend, right? You promised you wouldn't do that, right? But it's to that special time of the year where it's boundary testing.
Yes. Yep. They told me February was going to be a long month, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Shortest / longest month. Yeah.
It was.
Huh.
Yeah. We're happy to have you.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
And I mean, happy to have you here,
at
but
Marquette,
like at Marquette, like
Yes.
in both,
In both situations.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank
I
you
think, we talk about like vocation, and I kind of reflected on that, like these students are really a gift, and just trying to see in a lot of classes this year we looked a little bit at Mother Teresa and how she just saw Jesus in the face of everyone she met, right? And she called the poor Jesus in his most distressing disguise, and I would never call one of my students the most distressing, but really just to see each one of them as Jesus.
I am
and
distressed.
There we go. And
I'm the one distressed.
but it's been a beautiful challenge at times, but just to be with that one student and see Jesus there.
Yeah,
That's a great way to look at it.
that truly is very inspiring. I'm 15 years in. I'm distressed.
Yeah, we can all learn about that. So places in our lives. Yeah.
That's awesome. You said you like to go to basketball games. Speaking of basketball games, we are in the thick of state basketball again.
Yeah.
This is amazing. First time in history.
Really?
That both Marquette, our Catholic school that we teach at, and the public school in our town, Bellevue, are both going to state. And it's crazy. Yeah.
That's super exciting.
It's so exciting. Yeah. And I think it's such a good, I've really seen a lot of unity. Like, everybody's just so excited. Well, as far as I can see, everybody is just really excited that we're both going.
Yeah, quick shout out to the state. I'm not sure if they listen, but
I'm sure they do.
those officials that put us in opposite brackets or different brackets, thanks be to God.
Seriously,
That's
seriously, because it was every year we were playing each other, and, then the other team didn't get the opportunity to even, go. So, yeah.
Both being rated
And
pretty highly.
I also think it's unfair to be in the same bracket as them, as Bellevue, as because they have been playing each other since they were 5 years old. It's really not fair if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's just they've been playing each other their entire lives.
Yeah,
So,
it was kind of a gift that we get to
it's definitely a gift.
go to state and watch them both play and cheer for each other. I mean, this doubles our cheering base. And,
Right. Yes, it does.
hopefully,
It's really,
hopefully
they
people-
got t-shirts even.
Yeah.
And we were saying today at school, because there's no school next Tuesday because of state basketball, because both teams play. And the shirts say 2 teams, 1 town. But I think that maybe we should make shirts that say 2 teams, 1 town, no school. Because that's really exciting.
Added perk.
This is what the teachers are excited about.
That's
Yeah.
No school.
Right. Well, it does get confusing when it's there's going to be 50 kids here and 3 teachers and have at her. So it is nice that we don't have to worry about it. But
And a 2-hour delay.
and a 2-hour
On
delay
Wednesday.
the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
It's legit.
it is. Too legit to quit.
It's a throwback. There you go.
That really is. So that was really exciting. And do you guys watch I didn't go to the game, I just watched it, but I replayed, they won on a buzzer beater in overtime. I replayed the video so many times, and I watched somebody different every time. And it is so fun to watch. Just to watch all the different coaches, and then watch the players, and then watch the fans. It was just so much fun.
Huh.
Yeah, we were on the road. We're traveling, and we stopped on our way home from Chicago. We stopped at a rest stop, and I thought, I should check in on the game real quick. I kind of forgot about it with driving and Chicago traffic, and we had a sick kid, so my mind was in other places. Yeah. We stopped. I was like, I got to check in real quick. I flipped on the live, and it was those last 5 seconds.
No way.
It was right where it dropped me right into the highlight reel. Yeah, so my excitement went from kind of distracted and not even thinking about it till like I was in that celebration. So I saw the last 2 possessions of the game, and yeah, that was great.
That's wild. I didn't see any. I was at a wedding, and I would like to go back and rewatch it.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
You really only need to watch the last 5 seconds. Like, that's all you need. Joe Kilberg is really the one you need to watch.
Really? That is the best reaction?
He's the best reaction.
Okay.
And Isaac is like, because they, the kids, like, and I think it was so sweet too. Like, the players, they ran to their parents. Like, I thought that was so, like, beautiful. Like, so they were like kind of off the court, but then the kids, you can't storm the court for sub-state. Like, you can't at all. Like, it's bad. I don't know if you'll get disqualified or like what happens, but so like the kids stormed the court, but like kind of over to the side by the parents, so they technically weren't on the court. So when you watch Isaac, he's like the head coach, he's like celebrating, and then all of a sudden he realizes the kids are on the court, and he's like, get on the court. Like, but it didn't. And then there's some lady, she comes running over. You gotta watch it. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch it multiple times.
Multiple times,
Get
different people, but Joe Kilberg is the one to watch.
Okay.
The assistant coach. But yeah, so that's exciting. Parent-teacher conference is next week. So this is also a little like FYI, there's no episode next week with conferences and
this will be your second round of conferences.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to meet some people first time around. It was like first day of school all over again, though, because I was working really hard on names, faces, who's related to who, and then you throw the parents in the mix, and I was like, I don't know what don't know who I'm talking to or how many of your students I have, but
yeah, that would be hard.
Good.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But that would be hard. Yeah.
It's a challenge coming into a new community like this. I mean, you're lucky you've lived here your whole life, so you know everybody. But but
never thought about it.
We have to meet everybody all at once,
right?
And
and
then re-meet them and re-meet them. So let me give you a pointer. If I don't call you by your name, I probably don't know it.
Right?
Okay.
Hey,
just go ahead. Just go ahead and just tell me your name, and I'll nod and act like I probably knew. But I'm in my mind, I'm just like, thanks be to God, you just told me your name, because I thought that's what it was, but I'm not really sure.
It's all right.
But yeah, everybody should wear name tags in those situations. Mm-hmm. Just come in, just throw a name tag on.
People have been great, though.
They would like totally put somebody else's name on that name tag, and then that would just make it worse. So actually, I don't suggest the name tag situation.
The parents would?
Some of them would. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to think of the parents that would do that.
Corey Kettman.
Corey might do it.
Yeah, and we are in week 3 of Lent. Is this the second week of Lent? What week of Lent?
We're in the second week of Lent.
2.5. How's it going?
I think it's going pretty good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I went to confession though this weekend with the priest that kind of, he didn't necessarily mock me, but I don't think I was doing enough for his like I think he thought I was being kind of a slacker this Lent. Mm.
Oh.
And so he's basically
got it.
Like I wasn't doing enough, really making a good enough sacrifice for Jesus, kind of thing. And he's like, if you're not doing Exodus 90, you're not really trying, like that's kind of
You tell
he's like,
him
I've done it 6 years.
Our whole life is a Lenten sacrifice.
I did not tell him that.
Okay. Next time. Hit him with that.
I don't think he would have went for it. I don't think he would have went for it. And I'm sitting there listening to him. He's doing Exodus 90. He's telling me how I really should be praying a rosary every single day, and all the saints did. Come on, you got to do this. And I'm like, he's gonna hit me with the hardest penance I've ever had. And then it's just Our Father, Hail Mary, Glory be.
There you go.
So I was like, thank you, Jesus.
I got a hard penance.
You did?
Yeah, I went to confession this weekend too.
Yeah.
Somebody walked in on me in the confessional.
So this is not breaking the seal, I don't think, but people are frequently walking in on people in the confessional. I figured it out. So there is a light switch behind my head in the confessional, and that turns the light on or off based on, I can switch it on or off based
Yeah.
on if someone's in. But I never knew that
Oh.
until recently.
Oh.
But then I'm like, what's the point? Like, if the door is open, come on in.
Yeah.
Well, I think for a lot of people who that used to be the system for whatever priest, like that light being on meant that the confessional was open. The light was off, the confessional somewhat was occupied, right? It was closed. So that's what I think they see that light on and they just assume, oh, nobody's in there because Father was supposed to flip that light on. So
I think it's the opposite.
whatever. I don't know what
I
it
think
is.
the light is on, the door is closed. Somebody's in there.
I don't know. Actually, no.
Well, it was awkward. It was very violating. Like, oh, hello. Like,
I like a
can
good.
I help you?
I like a good red light, green light system where you have the two lights.
Yes.
Yes.
That's sophisticated, though.
Yeah.
That's what we need to get to.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
But I would have appreciated an Our Father, a Hail Mary, and a Glory Be. Instead, I was told that my penance was to like listen. And I was like, what the? I'm terrible at that. Like, and then it got me thinking, like, what if I don't listen? Like, are my sins like not absolved?
No. So that's a great question.
I did try.
If you forget
Just-
to do your penance, your sins are still absolved.
Got it.
The penance is like, it's a good thing.
Right.
It's supposed to help you on the.
Yeah, and I will continue to try to listen. And I did try to listen yesterday, but I was like, ugh, give me an Our Father and Hail Mary, and I'm out of here.
Yeah. I went to Father Mark not too long ago as well, and I assume that's who you went to.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
And because he was my sub this weekend.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, it makes
Some
sense.
random priest in
Yeah.
your confessional.
He gave me a really good penance.
Yeah.
So.
No,
I
it
thought
was
that
fine. I just like something that it was clearly from God too, like something that I struggle with. Like, well, today we are going to be talking about solemnities, feast days, and memorials to start with, because I am often confused with what's a solemnity, what's a feast day, when is it a memorial, when is it a day of obligation to go to Mass, and all that kind of fun stuff. Because March is dedicated to St. Joseph, and his solemnity.
Solemnity, yes.
Is on March 19th, which is coming up, but not a holy day of obligation, I hear.
Correct.
So,
Well, I'm really thankful. We've got Brandon here today because he is a liturgy guy in my opinion. It's so I'm not super clear on some of this, but I will give you
good.
the kind of the best. So I don't know if we start at the top. Start what's like the
Sure.
so we start at like Christmas, Easter. Those are solemnities, but they're holy days of obligation solemnities, right? Every Sunday is technically a solemnity. Every Sunday is a holy day of obligation too. So I haven't really thought of that much, but that there are solemnities that aren't holy days of obligation. But then you just named a really good example. St. Patrick's Day, then on the 17th, is just a feast.
Memorial, I think.
Just a memorial.
Memorial, yeah.
So
that's why it's confusing.
right. So there's a memorial. I'm using my hands here, folks. So
Imagine his hand at the
Imagine
top.
my hands top. You got the Holy Day of Obligation solemnity. Then you just have a normal solemnity. Then you have a feast. Then you have a memorial. Then you have an optional memorial, and then a ferial.
Ferial day, yeah.
Wow. Never even
Throwing
heard of
back,
that word.
Yeah, that just means the daily day.
The daily
Just
day.
a day.
Daily day.
A daily day.
Yeah. See, yeah. And what's weird, like okay, so we have these like those obligations, those obligations that I named in there. But then there's I'm trying to think of the other things that distinguish. I think one thing that would distinguish a solemnity is the presence of a creed, of saying the creed at Mass. So a feast day, I don't think a feast day has the creed.
Usually not, no.
The creed and the Gloria.
Yeah.
I think these are the kind of the two things. Except now when you were in.
Well, I did hear on the solemnity during Lent, you are supposed to have a good time. That you can throw away all of your...
That
Yes.
is true.
Yep. So solemnities during Lent.
I'm going shopping.
The laws.
No, just kidding.
One might still keep up their personal Lenten sacrifices on a solemnity during Lent, but the prescribed, like, no meat on Fridays Lent sacrifices are set aside on solemnities. So I'll never forget in college, the seminarians, right, who everybody sort of notices bopping around campus.
Oh, yeah.
We all rolled up to the cafeteria on a Lenten Friday, St. Joseph's Day, and we all had cheeseburgers, and everybody thought we were
heathens.
Yeah. But, so...
Which then also makes you wonder why the Catholic college was serving cheeseburgers on Friday. Did they know?
I think Aramark is deeply invested in the liturgical calendar, is my theory. But
they must have known.
Maybe not.
I'm sure they are.
Oh, that's funny.
But I think that it's sort of like... It shows us something great about the church's calendar, which is it's not just about how we celebrate Mass, but that like our lives are very liturgical, and so the things we do outside of Mass too are sort of oriented towards this the liturgical life of the church. So we kind of know that in general, with the changing of the seasons, and of course we do special things for Lent and maybe even Advent. We try and pray more as a family or things outside of church. But even these individual days that we can let the liturgical life of the church inform just what we eat or how we carry ourselves in a public space.
We really try to like Christianize, baptize, however you want to say it. We want to bring the year into our faith, essentially. We bring the day into our faith. That's a fair way to put it. We're trying to make everything holy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and the church has always had that view of time, where time is sacred, and so we kind of have the macro view of like the whole year as a sacred cycle of Advent and Christmas and life and death and resurrection, but then even just down to the day. The church has different prescribed prayers for the morning and the evening, or if you go to Mass at Easter at dawn, you'll hear different sort of prayers than Easter during the day. Mm-hmm. So it's just that that time you should, unless the priest really has his homily set for just a specific phrase, and then he'll just use that the whole time. But that our lives are not sort of endless cycles, right? But that they have this mysterious progression towards something, and so the church sort of, like you said, baptizes all of time.
And you just said a fun word there, progression. Progressive solemnity is actually how we describe these days.
Right.
From the lowest being that ferial day to optional memorial, feast, solemnity, holy day of obligation, solemnity. I mean, that's like the progressive solemnity.
So what does somebody have to do to get like a memorial? What do they have to do to get a feast day?
That's a really good question.
Yeah. I think it overall, their influence there or its, right? Because we have feasts for saints and we have feasts for things, we just recently had the feast of the chair of St. Peter, right?
Yeah.
So they or it and its influence or their influence on the overall life of the church, right? That our life, our spiritual lives are in some way inspired or informed by whatever we're celebrating. So something I think is fascinating, and I'm sure everybody else will too, but is how these things change over time in the church, right? That now the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe is a feast, right? Because of her significant influence on the church.
Yeah.
Whereas other Marian titles, other Marian apparitions don't enjoy, this memorial. Right. On the other hand, in Lourdes, it's celebrated as a solemnity, right? That's right. Some of these things are tied to peoples and places. So in the Archdiocese of New York, St. Patrick's Day, solemnity, right? Because he's their principal patron.
Okay.
So not only is it that time is sacred, but that peoples and places are sacred too. So we have a universal calendar of things that are universally important to the church, but we have particular calendars too. So really in the Archdiocese of Dubuque, right? You could celebrate St. Raphael's Day with increased progressive solemnity because of his place in our diocesan life.
Let's throw a party.
Let's have a party.
Let's look at the St. Raphael's Day. I don't even know what it is.
Neither do I, but let's plan something.
Well, and one of the things that's coming with the journey of faith is that we're being asked to celebrate the principal saint of that. We're asked to be celebrating a mass on the day of the principal celebrant or principal saint that is the church is named after, right? So like St. Catherine's, we should have a mass on or near November 25th for St. Catherine of Alexandria. That's, and that's one of the things. And even like the dedication of the church, we're being asked to. So the other night at the parish council, I was asking the St. Catherine's folks, when was your church dedicated? And they didn't know, and most people don't know. No. That's not a knock on them. It's just most people don't have any idea of it. But we're being asked to celebrate that. By their diocese, they're going to make kind of a push on that coming up. So if people start to see more days celebrated, if at Springbrook suddenly we're celebrating, the Feast of the Chair of St. Peter, this is why. And we're essentially making it into a higher solemnity. We're pushing it to that higher solemnity. So
And we're doing that this year. We're going to Mass on St. Joseph's Day, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So there, check.
And
I think we're doing something fun that day too. Well, that's the plan.
Oh, really? At the
That's
school?
what I heard.
At the school?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think our men's group is going to try to do something fun that night too.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
Or 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll never know.
You'll never know. Yep.
We were at the brewery last Thursday, and it's like they were talking. Buddy and them were talking about going to the men's thing. It's like, should I go with? Like, wouldn't that be fun? Just like show up and sit in the back pew.
We probably won't kick you out, but when I'm up there saying my brother, you're gonna feel weird.
You
I
give
don't
me
know.
at 10 p.m. There's no way I'm going. There was no risk at all in me showing up.
That's funny. I don't know if there's anything. Oh, like I said, I was trying to figure out what else. So the Gloria, the Creed. One thing that you'll notice that, and I try to do this, I'm not always perfect at it, but I try to do this, is I try to change my candles. So a ferial day, optional memorial, there's only 2 candles on the altar. This is at St. Joe's specifically. And then on a feast day, I put 4. And then on a solemnity, I put 6.
So like the week, that's why on the weekends there's
That's
6.
on the why.
And when do you
every
light
Sunday.
the big candelabras in the back by the tabernacle? Because sometimes the servers get confused and start to light them.
Don't know.
They're just there for fun.
Sometimes the servers light them and they're lit, and sometimes they don't and they're not.
Beautiful. Are they supposed to be?
I don't know. I really don't know what the.
Well, I think they're beautiful.
They really
more
are.
More candles, the better.
They really are, but they don't. But those, I mean, okay. On Easter, on the high solemnities,
Yes.
unlike so Christmas, Easter, I'm for sure going to want to light those.
Yeah.
And I know Jacob removed them for Lent because he's like, I don't want to take the chance that one of the servers, because that's usually how it happens. The servers just, they think that's part of their job is to light all the candles they can possibly see.
See a candle, light a candle.
See a candle, light a candle. The Easter candle, we're lighting them all today.
They're just doing their job.
That actually leads me to a question that I've had for quite a while.
Okay.
You know the candles over like the are they like the red candles that people light? Is there a special name for them?
Votive candles.
Yes, the votive candles. What happens if you want to light one and they're all lit? You just got to go back.
What you got to do is
you don't want to blow out somebody else's candle.
What you need to do is you need to send Father Andy angry email or text saying how disappointed you are that there's not
enough
and
candles.
request that he put some blue ones on Mary's altar and kind of even it out.
Okay, I will.
This is all hypothetical because it's never actually happened.
I'll get my nasty gram ready.
No, I'm actually like I think it'd be really nice to treat it as an altar and have blue votive candles on Mary's altar.
Yeah. I just never, when I look over there, I just think those candles all look lit. What if I want to go light one of those candles? Then I guess I just have to say like, well, better luck next time.
Yeah.
Because they're 7-day candles.
There are 7-day candles. And that's the thing, they're almost always lit. So why don't we have more candles? Like, we can still have the music there and have blue candles. Like, they don't have to be in competition to each other. But I do like the votive candles, and I think it's a good thing.
And I think a lot of people use them. So
they do. They absolutely do.
Why not have more?
For listeners that are from Tennessee, there's probably 20 votive candles on St. Joseph's side, 20, 25.
Yeah.
And they're, like I said, almost always lit.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to make donations to St. Joseph Church, the address is 405 Franklin Street, WYO 2031. And get those blue Marian votive candles.
I think we can do it.
Set.
That's a small one. We can get done. Yeah. You just gotta give me something to put my mind to.
Funny.
So is it a devotional?
Yeah.
Another devotional for Lent that we do more is the Stations of the Cross. You introduced us to the most beautiful Stations of the Cross, the St. Faustina's Stations of the Cross. I want to recite them to you all, but I'm afraid of copyright, so I won't recite them to you all. Do we know a little bit of what Stations of the Cross are, how they help us prepare, or what they help us think about during Lent, and where it started?
I think it started, Father's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it started in Jerusalem, right?
It did.
I listened to a Hallowed Be Thy Day on this, so I'm pretty versed in it.
So I have not listened to the Hallowed Be Thy Day, so I'm just spitballing here.
Well, you're correct so far.
Started in Jerusalem, people kind of making their way along the sacred sites of Jesus's way of the cross, right?
From the Praetorium.
Right.
Which is?
Where Jesus was condemned.
Okay.
And there's even a little church there. Is it the Church of the Condemnation?
Whoa.
It's kind of a wild name for a church, but that's station number 2. And so then progressed.
Yeah, so I don't know how it developed into a sort of a popular devotional.
Hallowed
be thy day.
All right, I should have prepared better.
They said that it started just gradually kind of move out. And I think maybe one other Franciscan group took it outside of Jerusalem, because the Franciscans are the custodians of all the holy sites. They take care of all those holy sites around the world, really. I think the Holy Land primarily, though. And on Good Friday, we always do a collection for them. So
I didn't know that.
When you hear that on Good Friday, because I usually announce something to that effect, that's what it's going to support.
Mm-hmm. I will this year.
You will this year, and maybe you'll toss, a 20 in the basket. Thanks, Katie.
All right. I'm trying to get those candles for Mary's altar. Can't do it all.
Good point.
You remember my car got towed home last week?
Good point. Birdies. And so what happened then was people took it outside and would put it into church or on walking paths or different things, and sounds like they were kind of all over the place. Some had 7 stations and some had 30 stations.
Whoa.
And then a pope came along and said 14 stations, just 14 stations. So, and then kind of popularized it for the world. And now it's I don't know of any churches that don't have the Stations of the Cross in the interior.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the required, there's not much that's required of a church to your decorations. You can pretty much, you can have a statue of St. Michael or not or whatever, but I think Stations of the Cross, which are actually just the crosses, I learned. You can have a picture or a sculpture or a painting, but there has to be a cross.
Okay.
And I think that is the Station of the Cross.
Okay. That's pretty minimal.
Yeah. But now you can't go into a church without seeing. So at some point in history, that became what churches have, the Stations of the Cross.
And we have a special Stations of the Cross. We talked about this last year, too, I'm sure. In one of our churches, it has, the beautiful outdoor way of the cross. Yeah, up the hill. Ooh, I don't know if my grandpa's going to do it this year. Last year, my grandpa did it. I felt obligated to do it with him, but then he was so much faster than me.
Really?
Because he wanted to be, like, ahead of you. Like,
Oh, sure.
So, yeah, we were the first ones up the hill, but I had to really chase him to find him. But my grandpa is 94, and he...
Have you ever
Sounds
done
good,
that?
though. The outdoor ones?
Yeah.
No, I have not. No.
You're in luck.
No.
There'll be about 500 people there
Yeah.
on Good Friday, and that's great. I mean, I'm glad that everybody shows up, but
I think we're going to do them at school, too, so...
Sure. Yeah.
Which you're probably in charge of planning, so... You probably
I have a
know
lot
that
of help.
already.
A lot of help. Mr. Till and Mrs. Till keep me in all things campus ministry. So, but there's something so incarnational about that, and like deeply Catholic, that we just love to pray with our whole bodies, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's such a difference. You can pray the Stations of the Cross just by sitting in a pew or in your chair at home and meditating on each station in a book. And that's very profitable, probably spiritually, but there's just such a difference then to like whether they're inside the church or outdoors, of getting up and walking. We're not experiencing everything Jesus experienced, but just the way that we pray is so that we are not just a soul and we're not just a body, but that we're both in the way that they're connected. Like we love to pray both, right? We love to pray with both. So the Stations of the Cross, I think, are so popular because they speak to something so deep within us that we love, our bodies and our souls pray together.
we make time holy. We make all matter holy.
Everything's holy.
Like we just want to make everything holy. Right? This really Catholic concept here is making life holy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very good point. Going up the hill, you can kind of get a little sense of going up the hill to Golgotha. Maybe not the same.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit.
Looking forward to maybe stopping at Kalmus's when you get done. You can smell the restaurant.
Yep.
I got the kids like a kids booklet this year for Stations of the Cross, and they don't need the stations to read it. They're just like into it. They love it.
That's good. I mean, part of it, there's just really good fruits that come from meditating on the passion of Jesus Christ. And so the stations are really great meditations on his passion.
Yeah.
And so however we can do that is good. But stations, especially on Friday, the day of the crucifixion is just really powerful when we do that.
Yeah.
Highly encourage that devotion if you've never done
And
it.
the St. Faustina ones, can you explain those a little better?
There's a set of St. Faustina ones that I think it's sold by the Association
It's like
of Marian
Marian.org.
Helpers.
Yeah. Because I did send them a message. They never emailed me back. I have an upstairs one and a downstairs one.
Father Chris Alar is one of the most popular ones. So Marian Press puts it out. You can go shopmercy.org.
I'll link it.
Oh, perfect.
And I've also found there's like a YouTube video that you can watch them all. And it has like the pictures that are in the book. It has the same pictures while they're reading the stations.
And it's the pictures in here are at the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy. So they have an outdoor way of the cross at the National Shrine of Divine Mercy, and they do a really nice job with these Sister Faustina's kind of like reflections, like what she heard from Jesus, stuff from her diary, and that's the first half. And then what I like about this one too, it's the second half has a traditional one in it too. So like if you want to switch it up a little bit, make it not so monotonous week by week, you can do that.
And these
very
are in the
helpful.
back of the church of St. Joe's Church too.
They're in the back of the church, and there's a little sign like that says, pray it if you want to, take it if you want to, but then leave me $7 if you do.
Oh shoot! I owe you $14. Dang it!
Yeah, they're $6.95 a piece. I don't care, but I tend to buy more, replace more every year, this week.
I just think like the St. Faustina ones, they really like help with the surrender piece, and I like to read them just because.
Can you hand the book back to me?
Yes.
There's one that's just like
there's some that are
so
like
hard.
Oh no, like I get it.
Oh yeah, the ninth station. Jesus falls a third time, and this is Jesus from the diary. So we believe that Jesus actually said this to Faustina. My child, know that the greatest obstacles to holiness are discouragement and an exaggerated anxiety. These will deprive you of the ability to practice virtue.
Yeah, there's one that's like, thank you for the upsetting of all my plans. And I'm like, no. Yeah,
there's some
humility definitely is a big piece too. But they honestly, like, they bring me a lot of peace.
That's what's so great about the stations too. Like Father said, like, I'm a liturgy guy, and to me, like, there's nothing greater than the church saying, like, this is the way you pray. And so I take great comfort in that. But with the stations, right, it's a devotion. So unlike liturgy, it's not like the public prayer of the church. So there's freedom, right? So you can find ones that fit your spirituality. So St. Faustina, a fairly contemporary saint, like in the grand scheme of things. You have the traditional ones, like Alphonsus Liguori has his famous ones that you'll find probably. If there's an older Stations of the Cross booklet laying around your church, it's probably his. But that you can find one that fits your spirituality. And then contemporary ones can be composed to, like the Holy Father in Rome does the stations every Good Friday at the Colosseum. And those are always composed based around sort of a contemporary theme, or, kind of what's going on in the world at that time, right? So being a devotion, they can be all things to all people, right? They can kind of match our spirituality, they can match our state in life, they can really speak to where we're at now.
Right. Yeah. Because, I mean, we prayed the Station of the Cross every Friday during Lent growing up. But, like, it was always like, okay, the 14th station, yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, we're done. Like, but until I heard the St. Faustina ones, like, I really did not have, like, a good connection, like, to the Stations of the Cross. So, yeah, I really like
tons
those.
of options.
Yes, a lot of good options. Maybe it won't be your favorite, but it is my favorite.
I haven't found one better than I...
Yeah. Some probably, like, just objectively bad ones, but...
You said it, Brandon.
Yeah.
You were not wrong.
Can usually tell by the cover, not always, but sometimes.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, this one's nice.
Although there is one that Jesus' eyes are very creepy.
I mean, it's
a statue.
It's a statue.
It's a statue. It's not
bronze.
It's
hard.
Yeah,
to do that.
right. Yeah, there is one though that was like, ooh, try not to look at it too much. So that might be something that you want to try out, and I'll link the video. Hopefully, I can find it. So it's something you can watch yourself too. I think it's time.
It's time.
Did you tell Brandon about this segment?
He knows.
Okay. Good.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm prepared.
That makes one of us. Okay.
Yeah, thanks to God. Can you relate?
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, if you have one, you go for it.
I knew this was coming, but I didn't think of mine until we started recording. Talking of confession and being Katie walked in your confessional, I was thinking of my first Lenten confession this year, and I went to, so I used to work in parish ministry right before this, so you have professional relationships with priests, so I don't often go to my own parish for confession. I could now, it's a new pastor and all that, but I'm just used to trying to find someplace else to go, because for a long time it would have been going to confession to my boss, which
not advisable.
Not advisable. Bless me, Father Fifeson. I've been really lazy at work this week. Like, don't do that.
That's such a weird spot for the priest at that point.
But that's not my can you relate. So this, but maybe you can. But this week, I always go behind the screen. It's just how I do. You can go either way, but that's what I do. So I got done with confession. It was a good confession. Behind the screen, Father gives me some advice, gives me my penance, absolution, and then he said something to me which I hope he knew who I was for having said it. He just gave me some very personal, direct, like, I know who you are and this is what I want you to know advice. And I'm like, okay, I'm like behind the screen, but you know what's going on. So I don't know if anybody can relate to that.
I just always go face to face. It's just easier.
And yeah, so I can relate to it from the other side of if I'm close enough to you, I do know your voice.
Mm-hmm. You know, they should make like those voice changing things. You know, like, hello, bless me, Father, for I sinned.
It's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind it.
Honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Let's invent it right here at this table.
There you go. Technology in the confessional.
Yeah,
that was always a little bit like
red light, green light, and
cool.
voice changing. Okay.
Yeah, you're just talking into a microphone. Now that I don't know.
That's true.
I leave my phone and my watch outside the confessional. So there's a pro tip.
That's
okay.
No distractions.
Oh, okay.
Microphones.
No microphones.
Huh.
Yep.
You don't have to do that.
Okay. I never thought about it, but I will now. I'll think about it. I don't know that I'll do it, but I'll think about it.
Yeah. So I usually go face to face. I think that's my norm.
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
I have a screenshot of a novena that I've been praying for the last month, but it's a screenshot. So it says 8:28 p.m. And every time I'm saying that novena, I'm like, 8:28, like, I've got to get to bed. And then, like, oh, wait, it's just the screenshot. Like, it's not actually 8:28. I know, like, who's in bed by 8:28, but I am. And I always get confused by it because I think, like, oh, my gosh, like, that's the actual time. And then it's not the actual time. Huh. So there's that on that.
I can't relate to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can relate. Even like if you have a screenshot of something that has buttons, right? So like you're looking at like you, and then you actually try and interact with the buttons and forget that it's a screenshot. Right. So yeah, I can relate to that.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked a lot about Hallow and kind of like the staple, like that usually every single day is the trivia, and then there's also the Wordle, the Catholic Wordle. But recently, I've been getting kind of lax on the Catholic Wordle to the point that if I don't think I'm going to get it, I just won't do it. Then it resets.
But you get it every year, every week.
Like if you don't finish it, like I still have 100%. But there have been some Wordles that I've started and I've not actually.
So you get to the sixth one and you're like, oh, I just won't finish it, and then I'll still be at 100%.
Yeah, it hasn't actually happened yet.
Sneaky.
I think it's happened a lot sooner. Where I'm like, where I get like just like a couple in, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. I don't want to do it. I just stop like halfway through.
That's funny. I do that like with anything. Like, oh, if I think I'm gonna lose, I'm just gonna quit.
And this week on trivia, I forgot for the first time in weeks.
That's why I think I got close to you. Probably.
I finished like I didn't do my Sunday, and I have been kind of like waiting to the end of the day to do my Sunday one. But this week I completely forgot it. I didn't completely forget it. I looked at it. I was trying to pray, and I kept falling asleep, and I fell asleep, and then I woke up at 12:02, and I'm like, guess I'm not going to do the trivia today.
Shoot. That part I can relate to. Yeah. I tried, Lord, but
no sleep. Mm-hmm. So
Shoot. Well, that's okay.
I don't feel bad about it.
You don't need to. You're not like actually winning an award or anything for being at the top of the leaderboard every week.
No, it's true.
Although I think I did get second place this week because a lot of people must have been forgetting to do theirs this week.
Well, it's funny if you do it early in the day. You could show like that you got first place for the full week. Just don't check it again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I always try to do it early in the day because, like, I'm still thinking about how it would be thy day, and there's always a question about that, and it's still fresh in my mind. I haven't done it today yet, though. So
if I'm up to midnight, usually I try to do the next day.
I know, that's crazy.
There you go.
Especially that you're up till midnight every night.
I don't want to be. That's what happens. That's my life. I don't know.
All right. So next week, no new episode. I will send the link, though, for the station so you can at least enjoy those. Go back and listen to old episodes if you miss us that much. Questionable the next week, too. We'll have to see what happens with the craziness of next week. So
yeah, that episode would air on St. Joseph's Day, the 19th, right?
Yes, the 19th. So you're saying that I need to have an episode that day?
Well,
Okay, St. Joseph episode coming March 19th.
if there's an episode, it'll probably be on St. Joseph. Heads up.
Yeah. I also, somebody did send me that Hallow has a really good confession guide. Yeah, where it like actually, I listened to it. It takes you like through what confession is, why we do it, like a good examination of conscience. Also, like what you can expect in the confessional, like too. So you can look it up in Hallow. It's the confession.
So much good
called
stuff.
confession.
There is. There's a lot.
So, well, thank you, Brandon, for coming over.
Yeah,
this
thanks
week.
for having me.
Yeah, it was great conversation, and
I've been wanting to have you, join for 9 months now, it seems like. But
Here we are.
yep, and here we are.
yeah, so
Finally,
thank you.
the last hour.
Worked out.
It
It's
all
been
worked out.
great.
It usually
Great
does,
topic,
right? Yeah, well, we really appreciate it. So, as always, we are praying for you.
May God bless you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.